Hi everyone, Rene Bastarache here with the American School of Hypnosis. And in today's video, I am going to show you 3 easy ways to write your own ebook. But before we get started, if you're new to our channel, I'd like to invite you to click on the link below this video and subscribe to our channel and click on that bell so you can be notified when we have new exciting content like this to help you. So let's get started. We're going to be speaking about how to write an ebook. Now, Raluca and I, over the last 25 years, have written over 75 books, actually ebooks and regular in-print books on hypnosis, self-help, and a few other things that we enjoy to speak about. And today I'm going to show you how to do it. But why? First of all, why would you want to write a book? What's the purpose? Well, there's actually 3 reasons why you'd want to write a book, especially as a hypnotherapist. Number 1, writing a book makes you an authority in your field. It actually puts you in the top 10% of society because not that many people have written a book. So think of it. As a client, would you rather come see a hypnotherapist who just does hypnosis or someone who does hypnosis and has written a book on it? Okay, so the psychology of it, the advantage of being an author will even help you with clients. It'll put you ahead of the other practitioners in your area. Number 2, it gives you something to sell, either on your webpage as a PDF or even on Amazon. And you realize right now Amazon is one of the top search engines in the world today. A lot of people will find you and get a hold of you for your services, whether it be sessions or whatever it is, because they saw your book on Amazon. And number 3, if you don't want to sell the book, it's a great item you can use as a giveaway. Now, why would you want to give something away? Well, most of you that have come here to my channel, you might have seen me through YouTube, but the majority of people that are following me saw me online, came to my webpage, and saw when they got on my webpage that we have a 446-page free hypnosis manual. So they clicked on the manual, got the manual, and they became followers. They subscribed. They got on my email list. So you can do the same thing. What you do is you write a book. It doesn't have to be anything big. It can be a short book, just 30 pages, on something that you do or you specialize in or whatever your webpage is about, and offer it for free on your webpage in trade, okay, for their email address or for a subscription. Now you're starting to build an email list. Now, if you're doing business online, you want to build an email list, because now you have people to speak to. You have a clientele. You can send out mailers or emails every time you have a special, you have an offer, you're selling a product, so you have a following. I guess you can say it's money in the bank. So, makes you an authority. You can sell it and make money, or you can use it to build and expand your business. So, let me go ahead and tell you the 3 different ways. Now, remember, when you're writing a book, it doesn't have to be a huge Bible or encyclopedia. Just something simple. It could be a mini book, a pamphlet, or a regular size book, whatever you like, that is about whatever it is you do. So if you specialize in smoking, why not write one on smoking? If you specialize in metaphysics, you can write one on metaphysics, or maybe even some of the experiences some of your clients have had in past life regression, contacting spirits, whatever it is you might do. So it doesn't have to be big, and it can be done very quickly. You think, oh, writing a book's going to take me months. Do you realize out of the 75 plus books I've written, I'd say at least 20 of them were written in a weekend. And quite a few of those were written in one day. Now, I don't suggest it. It's a lot of work, but I actually have a book. If you go onto my website, you'll see we have a book there, and it's titled How to Write, Publish, and Sell a Book in One Day. The interesting thing about it is I got the idea the day before, So the next morning, it was actually a Monday morning, I got up early and I started to write the book. I got the book, probably not even quarter written, and I created my sales page, and I started to sell the book before it was even completed. So as I was writing the book, sales were coming in. In the evening, before I finished, I actually had about 23 sales. My very first day of a book that wasn't even completed yet. And I actually included the people's names who bought the book in the credits at the end of the book and thanked them for it in my book when I published it. So I was able to write, publish, and sell 23 copies of a book in one day and get it out there with their names in it. Now, we actually have a course that I'll tell you about in a minute that'll show you how to sell a book before you've even completed it, so you can see whether it's going to be a success before you put all the effort into it. Isn't that a great idea? It also works with courses as well. So let me go ahead and tell you 3 of the many easy ways to write a book. The first one I have is called the 100 question method. So what do you want to write a book on? Let's say it's smoking. So come up with as many questions as you can that your readers would have about quitting smoking. Is it going to be hard? Are there withdrawals? How long is it going to take? Am I going to wean myself off it or quit right away? All the different questions you can think. Now, once you've gotten all the questions together, it doesn't have to be 100. That's just a title, 100 question method. But get as many questions as you can, and then just write the question and answer it. Write the question and answer it. So it's like a resource book. People love resource books. Now, of course, they have Kindle books today. And the way Kindle works, if you've ever bought a book from Kindle, you actually have the table of contents. And when you click on whatever it is in the table of contents, it zooms you right to that part of the book. So you can get a blank Kindle template and put all your questions. So if people are reading through the questions, which is your table of contents, and they see a question that they have, they can click on it and it goes right to that answer. So they don't have to go through, scroll through every page by page of the book. So that's one way to do it, the 100 question method. Another way is what I call the 1 page per topic method. So what do? It's kind of like the question method, but instead of questions, just think of all the topics on whatever subject you're going to write on. So let's say you want to write on healing with hypnosis. Okay, so I like to do mind maps. A mind map is also known as a brain dump, where you draw circles and little arrows going out and every single thing you could think about a topic. So if it's healing, I might think of pain management techniques, and on this side, how does the mind work with healing, stress management, all the different aspects you could think of. And like, for instance, stress, the immune system, from the immune system, how to open the immune system, techniques to open the immune system, what stress does to the mind, the frontal lobe, all these different things. You write them all down. Now, once you have your mind map done, you make a list in order of which ones you think people would want to see, your titles, your chapters, your subchapters. Get it in order, like a table of contents, okay, with all the different topics. You might come up with 50 different parts, 50 different aspects of what you want to teach. You might come up with 100. You might just come up with 25. But once you have that, you try to write at least 1 page for each topic, explaining it. Get into it. Don't just say it's this. Tell a few stories, give some examples, maybe interview someone else who's really big in the area if you're not real big in it yourself, and see what they say and write some of those ideas. And you're going to have a great book. It's like a reference book. Now, what if you don't know anything about the topic? You just got into hypnosis, you want to specialize in a field, and you don't know much about it. Don't worry about it. You probably know someone who does, a professional, a hypnotist that already does that topic. So if you know someone who specializes, we'll go back to smoking, that specializes in smoking cessation, ask them if you can interview them and use the information and publish it. How would you do that? Give them a call on the phone and record it. Call them on Zoom and record it. Figuring about, I think it's about probably every 30 minutes of talking it's just about 30 pages of written material, depending on the size font and all that. So you figure if you could speak to them for an hour on the phone, you'll have enough to write a nice mini book. So you call them up, you speak to them, have some questions that you can ask them over the phone, and as you're speaking to them, record everything. You can do it on Zoom as well. So record everything they say, and yeah, you'll probably have to do some editing, especially if you're saying any jokes or fooling around while you're on the phone, but try to be as serious as you can, because this is information that other people would want to know. So ask their permission. Make sure you always ask permission before you publish something. And everything you said in a conversation, your questions and their answers are your book. So now you have a professional book, and it makes you the authority by proxy. In other words, just being part of it, just interviewing these professionals, and you could do it with all different kinds of professionals and make additional books, just interviewing them, and they're the ones that have the knowledge, make you look knowledgeable because you wrote the book. And if you don't believe me, look at all the talk show hosts like Oprah, for instance, who interviews all these other people. She doesn't know anything about these topics, but by interviewing them all, people look at her as the go-to person on all these topics. So you'll be the go-to person on whatever you interviewed this person for. And if you play your cards right, while interviewing this person, they really enjoy working with you, ask them if they would consider co-authoring your book as well. Now, even if they're not sure about whether they want you to write a book with their information, if you ask them if they'd co-author it, this way you're the author with them. You wrote the book, they gave the information, and you can put both your names on the book as authors. So now somebody looking at the book, they maybe don't know you, but they do know this other person. And they go, by so-and-so and John the expert. And they go, wow, this person must know their stuff. So there's a great way to write a book. So there you have it. 3 ways. Number 1, the 100 question method, the 1 page per topic method, and the interview a pro on the phone or online method. Now, if you'd like to know more ways of writing books, we actually have a home study course, and it's called How to Write an Ebook Home Study Course. We have that available on our webpage. Matter of fact, I'll have the link right below this video. And this course has 12 instructional videos on every aspect of writing a book in detail. The front matter, the back matter, marketing it, all kinds of things. It has 20 different ways of writing a book. I just told you 3 of them, but there's 20 in there. Some of them are even easier than the ones I mentioned. And it has 2 of our best-selling books included, so you can use them as examples, or I guess you could say training aids. And as mentioned earlier, includes marketing and selling your masterpiece, because you can have the best book in the world, but if you want to sell it, how do you do that? So you can learn how to do that in this course as well. Then again, you might just want to give it away free on your webpage to start building your business. So the link to that is right below this video, and I'd like to thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. It really helps to get the word out a lot more. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.